in the shutout last week. Dorsett gets the touchdown, his 77th of the career, and Dallas leads 7-3.
Saying, look at this play. Right guard Peterson comes all the way across. He's going to get number 98 Brown. Center Rafferty blocks back on the tackle. Guard back outside, and then all of a sudden Dorsett, boom, right up inside, a little crossbuck. Watch this. All right, there's Cornwall. He's coming across, getting out of the way. All right, here we come, a little crossbuck action. Look at the hole right there. Good job by Peterson. He kicks this man out. Big, huge hole inside.
That has given Dallas a 7-3 lead. Herman Hunter again from the 5-yard line. And this time has to settle for a return out to the 22, and a flag is also down. So both scores thus far set up by good kickoff returns. Hunter had a 40-yarder to open the game, and Levette countered with a return out to the Cowboy 39. Here's Fred Wyant, the referee. Clipping. Well, I haven't seen a clipping call all season, I don't think. It's almost become an antiquated call, and there's a player down.
55.
That is Steve Diossi.
Personal foul, clip on the return, first down.
Diossi is the injured Cowboy. He's a backup linebacker and just a mammoth support man on goal line defenses. Dr. Pat Evans and Dr. Marvin Knight, you see at the left-hand side of the screen, who has been the Cowboy physician since their beginning in 1960, are out to help Diossi as he heads over to the sideline. With the penalty, the ball has moved back inside the 10-yard line. And Tom Landry with much the same look he had last week, even though it was 44-0. Never changes.
Had that same look when we had him in Atlanta, had the same look when we had him in Philadelphia. Matter of fact, saw him fishing the other day. Had the same look when he was fishing. I guess that's just his look.
4:29 to go first quarter. Eagles start from their own 11. Haddix and Jackson in the backfield. Jaworski sends Mike Quick, followed by Everson Walls to the right side. Ernest Jackson out to the 13-yard line. He's not a big man, 5'9", 206. And I know, Terry, when you asked him last night to describe himself, he didn't think of himself in terms of a long-distance runner.
Well, you know what he did? When I gave him my definition of great, you know, a person that reminds you of no one else, and that's a pretty good line, you know. He looked at me and he said, I like that. I don't remind myself of anyone. I'm my own kind of runner, but I'm an aggressive, hard runner, and that's the one thing that he did say.
5'9", 206. And we hit the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. 7-3, Dallas leads. There are no flags. The handoff goes to Diossi. Or Michael Haddix, rather. I said Diossi because I'm looking down at the injured player.
Well, Vern, don't be looking at Diossi now. We got 26 running with
Understand.
the football.
Herman Hunter and Greg Garrity check in on third down again.
Now, I think what's going to happen, they're going to run this football and attempt it, but I look for Jaworski later on to start doing those play actions on first down to get those quick passes out of there, get these guys off of it.
Jaworski set what was then his career high, 384 yards or 380 yards, first meeting between these two teams. Out of the shotgun, no blitz. Pass is bobbled by Hunter, had the first down at the 25. And that was a catchable ball. Hunter threw a touchdown pass on a flea flicker to open the game last week in St. Louis.
Well, he came out and made a nice move. He was wide open. And if there was anything I could see wrong with that, was the fact that Jaworski probably anticipated Hunter and then threw the football too hard. See, folks, he's wide open. And what Ron did was force it because of the pressure.
Mike Horan, number 2, who has been inconsistent this season but had a good last couple of weeks, will kick it away to Bill Bates. Nice high kick. That's a dandy. Bates with no fair catch at the 37. Rich Cranack, number 52, hits him at the 44. And Dave Little also part of the tackle. But the Cowboys enjoy good field position. If the play stands, there is a flag down. No, we are told now there is no flag and timeout has been called. Dallas Cowboys started off 5 wins, 1 defeat, and that's when they were at their best with the 392-yard per game average, 27 points. and 24 takeaways. In the last 5 games during which they've gone 2 and 3, they have scored an average of only 12 points a game. And they've started on a new string now. They were shut out last week for the first time in 218 games. Here's a play fake, left side. Tony Hill. And speaking of strings, after that 9-yard gain, that is Hill's 56th consecutive game in which he has caught a pass. He is 2 shy of the club record held by Drew Pearson.
Now, this is good offense. You come out, you run early once or twice. You know you're playing a team that is ranked 25th in the NFL against the run. So you come out and you run. Then everybody says, well, we're going to stop the run. So they stop it now. Play action, 5-yard throw, 10, 11-yard gain. That's a good job by White.
In this case, it's a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Again, they are in Philadelphia country with a 7-3 lead and 2:14 to go in the first quarter. Dorsett taking the circular route out to the left side. James Jones can throw it, and he's going to throw it deep for Dorsett, who is covered, and the pass is intercepted. Again, it is Wes Hopkins. That is his 3rd interception against the Cowboys in 5 quarters. They tried the gadget play. Jones and Hopkins never bit on the pitch out.
Well, the one thing about it, that's the first time we've seen Jones run the play. So if you're going to run a play where you have a gadget, why not let Jones run with the football? Now, right now, Jones has done nothing all day long. Now you come out and you throw it to him, and now Jones, that's terrible for him. Now Jones cranks it up, and the man was covered, and then Hopkins, 48, who's a great free safety. Hey, that's a piece of cake. He goes over there and makes the interception. But, Vern, what I'm saying is set it up. Run that play 2 or 3 times. You know, let him run with the football. Now when they come up, now throw it to him, let him throw the football down. It will work then.
That is his 6th interception of the season. 3 have come against Dallas. First down, 10 Eagles. Play fake, Jaworski. He's being chased out of the tackle. Now he'll freelance it. And slides to a stop at the 25-yard line. Wanted to go deep for Kenny Jackson, number 81, but Jackson well covered by Ron Fellows. There's Wes Hopkins, who became an All-American on this very field while playing 4 years for the Southern Methodist University Mustangs.
Well, Wes Hopkins, 48, is a free safety, or as the folks out there listening, a weak safety, meaning he always lines up opposite the tight end in the secondary. But in this formation, a weak safety actually is the support guy. He's the guy they like to send up there to make the tackles on the line of scrimmage.
1:18 to go first quarter. 7-3 Dallas leads. 2nd down and 3. Jackson, no. John Dutton was the man who said no, number 78. Mike Hegman was also in on the tackle. Dutton now in his 12th year out of the University of Nebraska. Our score is 7-3. Elsewhere, Houston hung on to defeat San Diego by 2. The Oilers break the losing streak down in the Astrodome.
So much for that vote of confidence.
St. Louis an early lead over the Giants. And Kansas City an early lead over Indianapolis. 3rd down and 2. There's a flag down. Nevertheless,
It's good night.
Herman Hunter. Touchdown. Now, against whom is the penalty?
Jaworski,
Number 58, declined, touchdown.
That was Mike Hegman. And Hunter's touchdown stands.
we're going to look at it. Hegman, top right of your screen. Boy, he was trying to get back, Vern, and evidently they say, hey, you did not get back, and Hunter cups inside on a simple little pitch, and it's just a sprint between him and Downs, and there's no no race at all. He goes all the way 74 yards, but Hegman knew he was offsides. Jaworski evidently changed the snap count and got Hegman to jump before he could get back.
74-yard touchdown. That is the first touchdown by a running back other than Jackson that has been scored by Philadelphia this year. Ernest Jackson has scored 2. Jaworski has scored 2. Hunter has got the 5th of the season. Here's the extra point by Paul McFadden out of the hold of Ron Jaworski. Unfortunately missed this when it was live, and there it is in replay, and he still made it. 10-7. Philadelphia in the lead. There's the kick by Paul McFadden. Another short kick. Levette from the 15. It's also a short return. 36 yards. David Little makes the tackle, number 89. So the Cowboys come back on the field, trailing once again by 3 points at 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. In addition to everything else, Terry, that was only the second time this season the Eagles had scored a touchdown in the first quarter.
Well, nothing like changing old habits, huh, and bringing on some new ones.
Hunter scored for a touchdown last week, or threw for a touchdown, and now he has run 74 yards for a touchdown. First down, 10 from the 21. Newsome going left. Good block. A gain of almost 15 yards, out of bounds to 36. Wes Hopkins with the tackle. Want to welcome those of you who are watching Tampa Bay's overtime win over Detroit. Donald Igwebuike's field goal and Steve Young's first start as the Buccaneers win their second of the season. Our score is 10-7. Paul McFadden's field goal gave Philadelphia a 3-0 lead. Dorsett countered with a 3-yard touchdown. And then Herman Hunter has just run 74 yards to put Philadelphia back on top with 7 seconds to go first quarter. First and 10, Dallas in the 36, and White to throw. Looks in Cosby's direction. He's in trouble. Sacked. Greg Brown, number 98.
Well, Brown's had 8.5 sacks this year, now 9.5. The thing about this play was a short step, as you see Danny, 5 short steps. Now he's trying to find the man over the middle. As you can see, Newsome is covered. Then when he moves out of the pocket, Brown finally does sack him.
That is the end of the first quarter, as the Eagles, trying to sweep Dallas for the first time since 1964, have a 10-7 lead over the Cowboys. 3 quarters to come from Texas Stadium. Be back in a moment. Terry Bradshaw, second down and 20, and Danny White goes deep right side, throws it away over Mike Refro's head and out of the reach of Roynell Young, number 43. That'll bring up a third and a bunch. Marion Campbell, once a defensive coordinator for this Philadelphia team when they went to the Super Bowl at the end of the 1980 season. Mike Reichenbach comes out. It'll be third down and 19. Dallas trailing by 3. Carl Poe has come in as a third wide receiver, and he lines up to the right side from the shotgun. 4-man rush. White with time. Deep down the middle, overthrows Renfro, put it right in the middle of the zone. Our score is Philadelphia 10, the Cowboys 7, 14 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now let's go for this special report from CBS News. Our thanks to Bob Schieffer for that report. And while we were away for the special report, Everson Walls just picked off his 8th pass interception of this year. On first down and 10, Ron Jaworski with a play fake after a 54-yard Dallas punt. Tried to go deep. Walls waited on the pass. Terry had no problems picking it off and returning 20 yards.
Well, this was a poorly thrown pass by Jaworski, because Jackson was well covered by Walls. Actually should have just thrown it out of bounds.
First down 10. That's the first Jaworski pass interception by the Cowboys this season. Dorsett spins, picks up 1. And it is also the 27th Dallas interception of this year. Dorsett gained 100 yards on 20 carries the first time these two teams met, and that's the last time he's been at 100 or better.
Well, they really haven't run the football that well. They've thrown the football well, Vern, but they haven't really established a running game. Going into this game today against this Philadelphia team, they thought they could run the football well, and they've done so early so far in the first quarter and here in the second.
Difference in the game is a 74-yard touchdown run by Herman Hunter. Draw play. Tim Newsome up the middle to the 24-yard line. That's a yard short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Herman Edwards, number 46, made the tackle.
Well, when you think a football team is going to rush or pass, or one of the things that Danny White does is comes back and gives the ball to Newsome on a draw. Good job that time by the guards, Titensor and Petersons. They kicked their man out, and then Newsome blast up through inside. Almost got the first down. Needs what? Well, got third, 1.5, 3rd and 2. Rich Cranack came in there and made the tackle on that.
Double tight end set for the Eagles. Fred Cornwell and Cosbie, and Phil Posderick has also checked in. 3rd down 1 from the 24. Dorsett, nice little move. Guards to the right, comes back to the left, and that should be enough to move the chains.
One of the things you see so often in the National Football League, Vern, is people copying other people's offense. We used to put that little wing back in motion as a tight end, Randy Grossman, in the Super Bowl against you guys. Well, when you were the Cowboys guys, and we ran that and ran it well. And now you see this time Cornwell comes inside, hand to Dorsett. Now he went up inside to try to get off that block, but wasn't anything there. Cut outside, got first down.
First down at the 22-yard line. 12:30 to go in the half. 10-7, Philadelphia leads. Dorsett. Wes Hopkins hit him shoulder high. There was a lot of taunting between Dorsett and some of these Eagle defenders in that first game, and Tony said after the game, I apologize to them and to my fans. I can't believe I let myself get involved in that. He was very ashamed of it.
Well, when you get out there and you get the tempers going in a heated game like that against an arch rival, those things happen. Tony was embarrassed, so he apologized.
2nd down, 6. 10-7, Philadelphia leads. We are 11:49 away from the end of the half. 2-step drop, quick flip, Refro, first down.
Good catch.
Excellent catch.
Well, the thing that's so outstanding about this play is not only the catch by Refro, but the pass by White as Gary Cobb was blitzing once again, a linebacker from the outside, type right of your screen. Herman Edwards, 46, stayed inside. Refro went outside. Nice job by quarterback and receiver. Once again, they blitz those linebackers. Once again, they get burned.
And the Cowboys say they, from their graphs and their statistical studies, the Eagles blitz only 4%.
They don't have graphs. They have computers.
Computers, right. First down at the 11. Newsome lumbering left and getting knocked out of bounds inside the 5. No, he is not out of bounds. Wes Hopkins again with a tackle.
What we're seeing is a lot of, you notice that move by Danny as he came out to the left, turned around, went back deep, then turned around and gave it back to Newsome. Look at this. Now there's a little cross-buck action. Also, little toss, fake toss, come back. Now Newsome, look at that long, gangly stride. He is lumbering, as you said, out to the left, and Hopkins comes up. Number 48 makes the stop. Hey, that guy plays tight to the line of scrimmage. You'd think he'd give a play action and pop it in behind it. Hopkins, I'm talking about.
Let's see if that's what they might have in mind on 2nd down and 3 from the 4.
Not enough room here, Vern.
Okay. Dorsett. That's short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 from 2. Rich Cranack, number 52, made the tackle.
These are aggressive linebackers. Cranack, as you see, there's a backup inside linebacker as well as outside, and they're real aggressive. Today we're seeing them blitz both Cobb and Reggie Wilkes, both outside linebackers. That time they brought Cranack up and they sent him inside. He did a good job of filling and making the stop.
Fred Cornwell, number 85, and Phil Posderick have come in. Cowboys like to play action to their tight end in places like this. 3rd down and 2, and they can get the first down without the touchdown. No play action this time. That's Dorsett, who will be close for the first down. They needed to get to the 1, and Fred Wyant says, stop the clock and we'll measure.
Well, that's twice now. Once I said play action. Now you jumped in there and said, I'll play head coach. You said play action. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles are thinking play action, but they say, hold it. They're going to do something different. The Cowboys now are running the football in these short goal line situations.
That is going to call for the measurement. Fred Wyant will separate everybody.
Well, I know one thing. If we'd only scored 23 points in the last 3 games, shoot, I'd go for it if we didn't make it.
Let's see what Landry has in mind. Yep, he's going to go for it. He'll keep Septien on the bench. Marion Campbell signals in the defense, and that is Campbell's responsibility. He calls the defensive signal.
There it is. Round him up, little elbow inside. We don't have any idea. That probably means with the elbows into the hip, tackles pinch. Everyone pinching down inside. Linebackers filling outside. Let's see if that's what they do.
White calls for quiet from the sellout crowd. They respond because it's a hometown team. Split backs behind Danny White on 4th and inches. Play fake. White, nobody open. Pulls up, fires it deep. Cosbie. Oh.
Saying that this offense has not been imaginative enough, hasn't been exciting. We've been saying play action, and I'd be doggone with 5 inches to go if they don't run a play action. Everyone's covered, and then finally Cosbie, smart wide receiver that he is, tight end, eases back inside, gets open, and White, outstanding job of finding him. Can you believe that?
On 4th and inches, here's Septiad. It's been a teeter-totter here in the first half. The Cowboys, having fallen behind, now go on top.
Are you going to check? Cornerbacks coming in motion. He's going to come upside and block. Newsom's here. He dives up inside. Same play they ran a while ago. White comes out, fakes, drops back, and then Cosbie goes down, and bingo, right across the middle, wide open. What's this? Mike never got that out. There's the play action. He sets up. White it is. No one open. And then finally Cosbie, good job of maneuvering in for the 6.
Back live. Kickoff return. Herman Hunter breaks the tackle.
Fumble.
20. Fumble. Eagles, I think, get it back. Joel Williams, number 59, should be the body at the bottom of the pile. After they get through unstacking. Philadelphia does retain possession of the ball, but back at the 22-yard line. Does that kind of a play that Landry sent in on 4th and inches surprise you a little bit?
It does surprise me because I had anticipated play action. They've done it so much down there. And the thing that you've got to admire about Landry is he knows they do it a lot. They had a tendency, they being the Eagles, that they play action, and I'd be doggone with 5 inches to go if he doesn't run it. That's a very gambling play, but it paid off.
He is talking with Jim Myers, his assistant head coach, on the sidelines.
I like the call. I think it's kind of exciting. I would have loved to have been running it.
9:36 to go in the half. Haddix and Jackson behind Ron Jaworski in the odd. 14-10 Dallas now. Quick opener to Michael Haddix, and he is out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Our score 14-10. Dallas leads it. Let's go to New York for this update with Brent Musburger.
Well, Vern, this has been the wildest Sunday of the season so far. For Los Angeles, Ron Brown has just become the first player in 18 years to take 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns, both against Green Bay, of course. We've had 2 games go to overtime. Highlights at halftime. Back to Vern.
And I would bet, Brent, that Forrest Gregg's going to work on special teams next week. There's a handoff to Ernest Jackson, and he doesn't get much at all, as Mike Hegman, number 58, was there to supply the defensive thrust. That brings up a 3rd down and about 6.
As you look at Hegman, 58, at Jackson, talking to him, they almost had, they were talking about putting him in a plastic bag and icing him down because of his style. He takes such a pounding as a running back and is so sore. Actually, talking to him yesterday, Vern, he said he was still sore coming into this game today.
3rd down, officially 5. Greg Garrity and Herman Hunter in the lineup. Shotgun formation. See if the Cowboys have the blitz on. They do not. Stunts by the defensive line. The pass is caught for the 1st down. Mike Quick out to the 35. And Victor Scott, number 22, makes the tackle.
Well, you think the Cowboys obviously have learned their lesson against these Eagles. Last time they blitzed them in Philadelphia, boy, Ron just burned them. Now today, the Cowboys aren't even faking burn. They're not even showing blitz. They're just dropping back and playing zones, and they're running those little quick slants and in routes to their wide receivers, which are good patterns to run versus zones.
That 3rd down conversion on 3rd and 5 gives the Eagles new life. 7:45 to go in the first half. Jaworski with a bruised right shoulder. Happened in the 3rd period of the game against St. Louis. Now comes the linebacker blitz, and Spagnola makes the catch in front of Dexter Clinksdale. John Spagnola, number 88. had a big day the first time these two teams met, has been kind of quiet here recently.
Well, Vern, the reason is they've come out and started running the football. The Eagles are running the football. Now the thing we're seeing is a personality developed by the Eagles. They said, okay, run, run, run. We've done no good, right? And then Jaworski says, forget this garbage. Let's throw it now. 2 passes in a row, 2 completions.
7:05 to go in the half. Dallas leads at 14-10. Sellout crowd in Irving. High formation. Mike Quick in motion, number 82. Fullback Haddix for about 4 near the 50-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat, number 77, made the tackle.
That's one of those phony plays. When I used to play, I used to always, if you had a big play, you'd come back, kind of get your breath and say, okay, let's try this little shot as we look at Haddix. Little play up the middle, 4 or 5 yards, maybe 2 or 3 yards. That just gets your breath. Now he's coming out, bingo, down the field we go.
Is that what you expect?
Well, that's what I would do.
Okay.
I'm up here next to you. That's what I would do.
But you've been down there before.
Right, and I love being down there in this position.
Let's see if Jaworski has that in mind. 2nd down and 7. Nope. Ernest Jackson, Jeffcoat up high. And there was another tackler down low to supply the stop to Ernest Jackson. Jackson played his collegiate football at Texas A&M, was an 8th-round draft choice of San Diego, and traded in the offseason, having rushed for more yards than any runner in the AFC last year. Came to the Eagles in September. Said he was surprised by the trade.
Said he was hurt by the trade, and you take that he was a little bitter that they didn't respect his accomplishments in San Diego. Heck, the guy was all pro.
3rd down and 7. Garrity and Hunter back in on 3rd down. And again, the Cowboys have only a 5-man rush. A pass is dropped by Herman Hunter. That's the second catchable pass that he's been unable to hang on to, and Jaworski was in the face of pretty good pressure.
You're going to see a fake blitz this time, as you're going to see Bates up on the inside with the middle with the linebacker giving Ron a fake blitz look. See 40 Bates upside, now clink scale 47 on the outside, both of them up inside faking it. Now Bates really is not rushing. His man blocks, he just releases and goes up in there, but Hunter dropped the ball.
Mike Haran on the punt. Bill Bates has dropped back to the 10-yard line.
That stuff would drive you crazy, won't it, trying to figure it out?
Well, what you said you thought they'd fake blitz a lot today.
Fake it and drop out, fake it and drop out, then go ahead and run. Well, that's a man.
And a fair catch call. Down the ball is limping and will be down at the 1-yard line. Almost.
That thing was a hot potato. David Little.
Well, he was in a similar position last week as Chicago intercepted a pass against the Cowboys. Here's Bates calling for the fair catch.
So you got to really wave that baby now. You got to get that right arm up there and show the world. Now, 59. He says, hold it, where's that ball? There it is. Then finally, Little and Jesse Finn fighting over it.
5:23 to go first half. Cowboys pin back at their own 3-yard line. 1st down 10. They have a 14-10 lead. And off to Newsome out to the 7-yard line over left tackle Titanser and Chris Schultz opening the hole. But Anthony Griggs was there to fill it, number 58. Newsome spent a couple of weeks on the bench with an injury. He had become injured in the Houston game and has really had what he himself says is a so-so season so far.
Well, he really wants to run the football more. Of course, you know, with Dorsett, he's at, you know, that's the guy that's going to run it. But today looks like they're decoying Dorsett and giving the ball off to Newsome.
Under 5 minutes and a half. Hill comes to the left side. Danny White will throw it from the end zone. And drills the ball to Cosbie. 1st down at the 23. It was that kind of play they were trying to complete against Chicago last week when Hampton knocked the ball up and Richard Dent intercepted for the touchdown.
This is a good job by Cosbie. White comes back and Reichenbach, 55, the linebacker, has Cosbie man for man, but he falls down. See him fall down? And then good job by Cosbie getting his hands up because White had that football right in his face and he got those big mitts up there, grabbed the ball, then Ellis, 24, made the stop. Actually, he caught that in self-defense, Vern.
4:10 to go in the half. 14-10, Dallas leads it. Two-step drop, right side. Tony Hill makes the catch again out across the 25 to the 26. Roynell Young and Reggie Wilkes, number 51, was out there to help on the tackle. Elsewhere in the National Football League today, The Giants now leading St. Louis in the second quarter by 7. Giants go into today's game tied. Ron Brown's 2 kickoff returns have given the Rams a 7-point lead. And Denver has gone in front of the Raiders 14-7. Now there's a player injured. As Tom Landry looks on, one of the Eagles has been shaken up and timeout has been called. The injured Eagle is Greg Brown, number 98. Greg Brown got a finger stuck in his eye. He is on the bench, and Tom Struthers, number 93, has taken his spot. Doesn't look like it's anything serious. The Cowboys have a 2nd down and 6 from their own 27-yard line. 3:25 to go in the half. 14-10 Dallas. They go from the eye with Dorsett the deep back. Dorsett to the block from Newsom, but that doesn't open much of a hole. The ball was down, so that is not a fumble. And the Cowboys will face a 3rd down and about the same. The Cowboys are trying something unique now in terms of blocking the all-pro safety Wes Hopkins.
What they wanted to do was send Refro in motion, 82, and pass up to strong safety, 24, Ray Ellis. Now that's a no-no, but they felt like they had to get to Hopkins and block him. You know, that kind of doesn't make sense, pass up one guy to get to another, but that's how much respect they have for 48. The free safety, Wes Hopkins, run right by 24.
That violates the basic principle of football, doesn't it?
Well, that's all I was taught it does, Vern, but, you know.
That is something the Cowboys are trying today, not on passing plays, but on running down. That's a 1st down to Tony Hill at the 38-yard line. As Hill makes another grab, he came in with 907 yards, or 909 rather, and 62 catches, a career high.
Well, you search the field all day long in situations like this, trying to find where you can get a receiver man for man. Herman Hunter, 46. I mean, Hunter, Edwards right there, 46, man for man on Hill, just drives him down, breaks outside, and then gets the 1st down.
1st down 10 for the Cowboys. That is their 10th of the 1st half. They lead at 14-10 with 2:31 to go. And move the ball now from the 4-yard line. Dorsett coming left. In trouble. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all she wrote. Anthony Griggs, number 58, made the tackle.
You got 2 linebackers. You got Reichenbach and you got Griggs and you got the free safety. You had 3 people up on the line of scrimmage and not 1 defensive lineman outside with your guards pulling. So that tells you how aggressive, as you look at 58 Griggs, how aggressive the Eagle linebacking group are. They really pursuit, and you got to take advantage of that, Bird, by coming out now, play action, or do those little quick passes that Danny's been doing.
And you might have noticed that Greg Brown is back in the lineup. Cowboys talk it over. 2-minute warning.
In the middle, none of that. Very conservative game plan in the 1st half.
Would you change that?
Well, hey, you're asking me. I would, but I don't coach this football.
No, but you again have played it. 2nd down and 9. And they're going to throw on 2nd and 9, and Danny White wants to go deep.
There you go.
Must have heard you. Mike Refro, 1st down at the 45.
You have a linebacking group that's setting at 8 yards, and you got a secondary that's another 15 yards behind them, and there's a 20-yard gap there, and the Cowboys got a man in that gap and hit him.
16-yard gain, no huddle. From the 45 on 1st down. White, left side, into the flat. They'll have to use a timeout now at the 40-yard line if they want to conserve the clock, and they have called timeout.
Well, you really didn't have to call a timeout here. This is where you had a minute 38 left. You had enough time to go up to the line of scrimmage, set your offensive team, and call a play at the line of scrimmage and get it off and save a timeout.
See the leader of Thurman's Thieves, Dennis Thurman, just walk away from Clinkscale and Walls. Dennis Thurman has a new haircut. Said he wanted to look more like Marvin Hagler, and he shaved his head yesterday. 2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation. Dorsett, it was on that play the Cowboys scored in the 1st game up in Philadelphia, and this time it goes nowhere. So now, having used the timeout to call that draw play.
It's a great time to take a timeout and get no gain. I can't understand it.
Now they've got a 3rd and 5. And they go without the huddle. White with time. Nobody open. Greg Brown chasing. Flag is down. White is too. And so is the ball. There's a flag in the offensive backfield. So having used the timeout with 1:38 to go, the Cowboys call the draw play, get nothing. And now there's a penalty on an incomplete pass. Fred Wyatt will let us know what's going on.
Illegal hands to the face mask, number 91.
That is Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. Talking with Tom Rafferty and arguing his case. 2 years in the USFL. Marion Campbell looking on.
I can tell you right now, Reggie, you're not going to win it. Just might as well get on back over there.
Reggie White is 9.5 sacks since he joined this team after the season started, and he'd best be careful. He's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Well, Marion Campbell's obviously upset about that. So, you know, I don't know what he did. Evidently, you know, could have been a head slap. You can take that right hand and hit somebody up alongside the helmet. Well, that's illegal. Used to be it was legal, but no longer is. But he said in the face. So I don't know what that is.
What a big call on an incomplete third down pass. The Cowboys now have a first down at the 25. From the shotgun into the flat, Dorsett with Rafferty in front, and he and Rafferty run right into each other.
That's mass confusion.
They will go without the huddle again as Tom Landry looks on. 50 seconds to go.
Danny's trying to hit the wide receiver down there at 15 yards, but he was covered and threw it out in the flat to Dorsett with a guard leading. But hey, that was just people running all over one another.
Clock shows 40 seconds to go. Looks deep for James Jones. Touchdown deep for Cosbie. 23 yards. Second catch for 6 for Doug Cosbie today.
Nothing conservative about that throw. You got to ask, how does this guy get open so much when you got these fleet wide receivers and a 6'6", 280-pound, 260-pound, 200 whatever he is, tight end? Danny's looking to the left. Now he comes back to the right and thinks he has Hill. Then all of a sudden down the middle is Cosbie wide open as he runs right by number 48. Gee whiz, that's Wes Hopkins.
Septien will try and make it a 21-10 game with 34 seconds to go. So Reggie White's infraction turns out to be the big play in this drive. And Cosbie gets his second touchdown in the first half. He'll talk it over with offensive backfield coach Jim Schaffner, or quarterback coach Jim Schaffner. Al Levan is the running back coach for the team. 21-10 coming up this Thursday. The Cowboys back home against the St. Louis Cardinals at 3:30 Eastern time. It begins with the NFL today. Dallas with home games not only today against Philadelphia, but also against St. Louis, and then the 15th of December, the New York Giants. So they have division opponents at home, and that game Thursday is another critical game in the NFC Eastern Division race. Cardinals, of course, are playing the Giants today, and were trailing 10-3 last year. And the Cowboys up 21-10.
Cosbie, this guy does a good job of getting loose, finding the open areas for such a big man. Just a natural knack of getting in. Look at that, 11 plays, 96 yards with a 23-yard pass to Cosbie.
Once they found Renfro across midfield, they called timeout, and then the big play was on third down. An incomplete pass, but they caught Reggie White for the penalty to give the Cowboys new life at the 23. Septien says, I'm ready. Herman Hunter at the 6. Now to the 25. Steve DiOssi, a part of the wrestling match with Vince Albritton, number 36, and we've got 28 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up at the half, Brent Nerve with scores and highlights of all the games in the National Football League here in Week 12, and I think you heard Brent say that this has been the wild and wackiest week yet. So it'll be fun to have Brent Nerve update us with everything that is going on in just a few moments. The Swamp Fox, Marion Campbell. I found it fascinating when his team was 1-4. He went back and researched teams that had started out that way and made the playoffs. And he found about 5 or 6, used that as an inspiration for the Eagles. They are 6-5 now, but there's a drop, and that's another one for Herman Hunter. That's 3.
Well, he talked about as we look at Ron Jaworski, he talked about the Raiders and when they started out 1-5, and he talked about the Steelers who started out 1-5 and ended up going to the playoffs. So he researched it and said, hey, you know, we've got a chance here. He said his football team was an improving football team, getting better week in and week out, and he was pretty excited about their chances of possibly getting into those playoffs.
And if they can win this ball game, they really are in great shape because of the 4 contending teams in the NFC East. Philadelphia has probably the easiest schedule. They get Minnesota twice, Washington at home. They do have a trip to San Diego. But this is a big one. Here's Jaworski going deep, and there's a big catch. Kenny Jackson, number 81. Clock shows 15 seconds to go. First down at the 48 following the 28-yard catch.
Good job by Jaworski of getting that football over the cornerback's head and dropping it down into Jackson's hand. And we're talking from where Ron was throwing it, a 30-yard pass. Look at Fellows, 27. He's dropping deep, and all of a sudden there's Walls underneath it, and the ball went over Walls' head and underneath Fellows' head and right into the hands of Jackson. Now, Jackson really should have just gotten on out of bounds and saved those 7 seconds of jitterbugging back inside.
Kenny Jackson caught 6 passes for 134 yards in the first game. He comes from South River, New Jersey, where he was a high school quarterback. There is a guy on the Cowboy bench who caught a few passes named Drew Pearson, now a coach who was a quarterback at South River, New Jersey. And there's a guy watching back in Washington, D.C.,
Joe Theismann,
who was also a quarterback at South River High School, and we want to wish Joe the best.
Well, that's not bad, huh? 2 of these guys end up being receivers. One of them, of course, stayed to be a quarterback and a doggone good one. I hope old Joe's legs getting all right.
Timeout has been called with 15 seconds to go. There is Tom Landry, and of course one of his assistants is Drew Pearson that we mentioned. That is Alan Lowry on the right side of the Cowboy coach. 250, 145, and 6 in his 26th year.
You know, one interesting thing about Landry and talking to Schaffner, the offensive coach of the Cowboys, is he said that Landry likes multiple defenses and multiple offenses because they challenge his defense, and it really is very confusing. I'll talk more about that as this game goes on.
From the shotgun, Cowboys threatening a blitz. They are not coming. They're sending 4. Jaworski goes deep, intercepted, picked off by Bill Bates. Bates is up and still running. That is the 28th Cowboy interception of the season. And the second time Jaworski has been picked off today.
Take that blitz. They got up inside. The same look they gave the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave the Eagles early in the year. There's Bates, 40-47 clink scale. Now they drop out into deep zones. Now Jaworski sees this and tries to fire it in between, but Bates makes a play on the football as he tries to hit Jackson and actually knocks down Victor Scott, 22, and then escapes, finally running the clock out. Well, not running it out, but making a good job of getting the football back. There's Bates, Tennessee man.
Of the 28th, he has 4. And the Cowboys take over with 4 seconds to go. He and Reggie White of the Eagles were teammates with the Volunteers. And that shall be the final play of the first half. 2 touchdown tosses from Danny White to Doug Cosbie. And a 3-yard touchdown run by Tony Dorsett have propelled the Dallas Cowboys to a 21-10 halftime lead. Dallas will have Robert Levette, Todd Fowler, and James Jones deep. Levette, the rookie from Georgia Tech, is the middleman at the 3. Takes the ball near the sideline and will stay in that area. Breaks 1 tackle. Fumble. And is back to the 18. Now Philadelphia says they have got it.
Joel Williams pointing that Philadelphia has recovered that fumble.
There's also a flag down. And Dwayne Giles, number 53, is down on the bottom of that stack.
Well, if it's any indication by the way that the Eagles are acting, the Eagles have indeed recovered that football. Now the umpire's saying down, it's down. So let's see.
Face mask.
Face mask on the Eagles.
That may not affect the recovery, if indeed it is a Philadelphia recovery. Well, guess what? We're going to have a convention.
No, what happens is you got a penalty here, face mask, but you've got exchange of possession. So I'd give Philadelphia the football if they recovered it and go ahead and penalize them for face mask. Well, how's that sound?
That sounds logical.
Sounds good to me. That's what I'd do.
Face mask, number 67, re-kick. 5-yard penalty.
What a break for Dallas.
15-yard penalty, re-kick.
Oh. Okay, so it's a face mask, but they're not going to give him the ball. They're going to penalize him 15 yards. Now we're looking at, gee whiz.
Jerry Ferry.
67, Ferry. There's the face mask right there. Boy, he's pulling him all over the place.
And they were totally unaware of the battle going on for the football, so that wipes out a fumble recovery by the Eagles.
Well, you know what I'm questioning is, had they recovered the football and then Ferry commits the penalty. So this is how you look at it. Now, this is what Campbell said. Did we get the football first and then the penalty occur? If so, then it should be their football, and then Philadelphia should be penalized the 15 yards, but they should have possession of the football.
Campbell is still pleading his case.
Well, I would too. Hey, we're talking a close game here. We're talking a close division. I'd plead everything I had doubt about. Hey, they're still not sure of this. Look at this. Now we got the back judge over there. Ted Marchibroda, the offensive coordinator, he's out on the field. See, now Landry's calling a guy. This is evidently what they're discussing. Was there an exchange of possession?
Was it post-possession?
Right.
Yes. Well, let me talk to somebody else.
Now you're going to see the return. That's coming up the field. Now he's going to do a little juking inside and a little juking outside. Now the tight end comes over. David Little. Now the football is not loose.
And
there is the penalty. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something. Whatever they call, they can't go wrong, because I saw it again.
Face mask against Philadelphia on the run back. Dallas's ball to be penalized from the spot of the fumble.
Well, that's a compromise. That's totally different than the original interpretation. And I think, Terry, and I'm getting a little bit out of my own field here, but I think they're saying that the recovery had not yet taken place at the time of the infraction.
Well, what I was trying to say was, it was so close, even as we have these monitors and we look at it, the face mask is there, the ball is on the ground, we lose sight of the football. So I don't know, had they recovered the football and then Ferry had the holding call. So who knows? We couldn't tell. Obviously, Ferry thinks it's crazy.
Watch again at the fumble and then almost a simultaneous face mask call.
All right. Now Little comes in, he hits him first. Crayneck knocks the ball out. Now the ball's on the ground. Now there's the face mask. Doggone near simultaneous, I tell you.
Somebody call Solomon. We need him. This conversation has not concluded. Jerry Bergman is over there. Ted Marchibroda. Bergman and Marchibroda are talking.
Now that's what the Eagles are saying. The Eagles are saying what I said. The Eagles are saying we had the football, then we got the penalty. And what the ref is saying is no way. The fumble occurred, the penalty happened, and then bingo. Then the exchange of possession.
Having changed their interpretation, you might have heard Jerry Bergman say, no, the face mask happened before the fumble recovery. First down, 10, Dallas at the 32. Dorsett up the middle. That's a gain of 2. Now for an update and a special report, let's go to New York, and this report from CBS News. Back, and Cowboys have a first down and 10 on the first down pass play. Danny White finds Tony Hill while we were away for that tragic news from Charles Osgood in New York. The Cowboys did manage to pick up a first down. They squirted out a first down by inches on 3rd down and 1. And then the play we just had as we came back live, Tony Hill caught Danny White's pass. That, by the way, is the 10th pass in succession that Danny White has completed. The club record is 12 in a row. He's only 2 away from it. Danny White is now 14 of 16 for 132 yards after the last pass completion. To the 40-yard line, Timmy Newsom. Philadelphia had given up 456 yards on the ground in the last 2 games, including 237 last week. And it was thought that Dallas would be able to run the ball well. That was Dorsett instead of Newsom on the last carry.
Well, the thing that's so different from the Cowboy running attack as opposed to the Cardinals is the fact that Dorsett is a slashing sprinter type runner as opposed to the power runners that the Eagles have faced. And so therein lies the difference.
It'll be 2nd down and 6. Dallas leads at 21-10, opening moments of the 3rd quarter. Back backs in the eye, 2 wide receivers to the right side. That's a busted play. Dorsett will have to freelance and will use yardage all the way back to the 45. Obvious from the point of the snap that things were not right.
Well, sometimes you have now.
Look at Gary Cobb and Dorsett going after it.
I don't know if they're going after it or what, but this is a mix-up. You can see as Danny comes out, Newsom actually is in Danny's way. Newsom should have gone over Danny's right hip. Now that interrupts the entire play. Now you see White, 91, chasing. Look at him mirror Dorsett like a cutting horse, cutting in there, setting right in front, and makes the tackle. I like that analogy, cutting horse. You don't know anything about cutting horses.
You got that right. 3rd down. White has completed 10 in a row. The Cowboys excellent on 3rd down conversions. 4-man rush. White deep right side. Drop. There goes the string, and that ball was catchable.
Well, if there's been one complaint about Hills, it's the fact that he has not made the big tough catches. That time he comes inside, the football was thrown on his left hip. Should have caught the football. Top of your screen, you can see Hill coming down. Plants and comes inside as Ronell Young is inside, and there's that ball hits him right in the head. He should have caught that football. I mean, you're going to drop him. I mean, I'm not sitting here getting on the guy, but that ball should have been caught.
Evan Cooper back to return Mike Saxon's punt. Cooper waits at the 10-yard line. There has been a lot of criticism of Tony Hill in the media and among his teammates here for not catching what could have been a touchdown pass last week.
Oh, great job that time by Scott, 22, of getting down there, protecting the goal line, then knocking that football out on the 4-yard line.
That's a 41-yard kick for Mike Saxon in his first year as the Cowboy punter. Punter named Mike Saxon. Terry, you had an interesting chat with him before the game.
Well, he told me that, he said, Terry, I'm going to punt well today. I said, no kidding. He said, yeah, I took film home. I said, what? He said, I took some film home and watched myself kick the football. And he said, I found out that I was dropping the football out too far to the right, causing me to nearly miss the football. And look at that. That's what film preparation will do for you right there. Kicker taking film home.
As a result, the Eagles have a first down at their own 3-yard line. Footbacks, handoff, Jackson for a couple. Just to complete the Mike Saxon story, he's in his first year as a free agent kicker. He was drafted by the Lions last year and didn't make the roster. He's from San Diego State. Mike Saxon has bought a home about 6 blocks from the Cowboy new headquarters in Dallas. He said, I'll tell you the difference between a free agent punter and a 1st and 2nd round draft choice. Kevin Brooks and Jesse Penn both drive $40,000 automobiles. I'm driving a moped. We all live in the same complex. He said, I drive my moped in between their 2 cars. 2nd down and 7. Mike Quick. Jaworski to throw from the end zone. Into the flat. Jackson is open.
Good job that time. Good pressure by the Cowboys. Coming inside, man-for-man coverage. Walls on Jackson. Little play action. Drives Jackson. Drove Walls deep. Turned outside. And boy, Jaworski just bang. Powered that football in there. And I'll tell you what, you're talking about driving cars. Folks, I drive an old beat-up truck. I had to have it repaired. Can't afford a new car. My friend here, Vern Lunkers, took me to play golf a week or so ago. And what does he drive? Nice little Mercedes. So hey, tell me about cars.
Don't do that to me. The IRS is listening. 1st and 10. Cowboys are blitzing.
All-out linebacker blitz.
Jaworski gets great protection, and Kenny Jackson, silver quick, is out to the 37-yard line before he is tackled. That's another first down and a gain of 22.
One of the things we had seen is not safety blitzes, but linebacker blitzes as Hegman on the outside, Lockhart on the inside. Notice how Rohr now comes up inside. Rohr 50, and then Lockhart 56 up inside. Jaworski steps up and hits Jackson, which is wide open. No one there. Now he comes down, picks up the block, and goes outside.
9:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Eagles have moved from their own 3 to the 39. Wide receivers left and right. Ernest Jackson going left. Spilled after a 2-yard gain. The tackle made by the middle linebacker, Gene Lockhart. Leonard Mitchell gets up, having supplied the block. He's having a long afternoon against Ed Too Tall Jones. Elsewhere in the National Football League, with our score 21-10 at the current time, Chicago blanks Atlanta. They're 12-0, 36-0. In overtime, Igwe Buike's field goal gives Tampa Bay its second win. Miami over Buffalo by 9. It'll be 2nd down and 7. No blitz. Jaworski left side. Clinkscale had slipped as he tried to get out and cover, and Jackson makes the catch and steps out of bounds. Continuing with a rundown of scores, the Jets' Pat Leahy kicks a field goal, and New York defeats New England in overtime in the Meadowlands. 160 yards for Earl Campbell. First time he's been over 100 since he went to New Orleans, and the Saints finally break a 6-game losing streak.
The rebirth of Earl Campbell.
Houston hangs on, and they defeat San Diego by 2.
Now that's a shocker there.
And Cleveland defeats Cincinnati with Gary Danielson back as starting quarterback.
AFC Central, anybody can win it.
3rd and 1. 21-10, Dallas leads. Jackson. That's going to be real close.
Oh, he got it.
Second effort, he sure did.
Great effort that time by Jackson. Initially, he was stopped, kept driving with his legs, and then moved to the left to the outside, picked up the first down.
31 yards on 14 carries for Jackson. He lives in Dallas in the offseason. He's a native of Rosenberg, Texas, down near Houston. Said he moved here last year and he had to buy 25 tickets for this game.
You know, it's funny. He bought a brand new home in San Diego, and then he got traded right off the bat. Said, then I bought a home up there, had to sell it there. Then he says, now I'm buying me one down here in Dallas. This guy's making a lot of money.
1st down 10. 21-10, 8:14 to go, 3rd quarter.
Downs.
Safety blitz coming.
Offsides.
Cowboys came across the neutral zone.
Heckman said we've got the football, and they probably should have the football when you've got 8 guys offsides, but they had a delayed safety blitz with Downs 26 coming up inside, and he just went offside.
There's a flag on the far side of the field, as you might expect. Now, was there motion?
Procedure.
Oh,
Offense.
well, they drew him offside. All right, let's see if we can see. Now there's Jaworski, obviously changed, went to a longer count.
The center, Mark Dennard.
Dennard, the center. How in the world can a center draw people off sides without giving the quarterback the football?
Mark Dennard was the one who moved, number 65. Now, was there a fumble recovery? Apparently not.
Apparently not. They're saying that it was. There's Dennard. You're looking at him, number 6. How can a center snap the football and have a guy offside? Unless he faked it.
Very strange. 1st down and 15. 21-10, 8:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Jaworski has a man open. Mike Quick doesn't drop the ball. He hangs on. That's close for a 1st down.
Well, one thing that Mike forgot to do was in professional football, if you hit the ground, you can get up and run. And I recall in practicing with the Steelers that once you catch the football and these guys hit the ground, our coaches hollered, get up, get up, get up, run. Now see Quick. Now Walls has him. Boy, he's wide open. Now that's good extension and a great catch. Now get up. You need another yard for the 1st down. Get up and get it.
As a result, it'll be 2nd down and 1. 21-10. Eagles are driving. They've moved from their own 3, but they trail by 11. Jackson again. A tough 2 yards. He might have enough to move the chains. Gene Lockhart
1st
and
down.
John Dutton make the tackle.
Excuse me, partner. You know, talking about Quick, I had a nice little chat with him, and I congratulated him on his 99-yard and 1-foot reception. He reminded me that he actually had another foot, and I said, you know something, Mike? That is a record that will never be broken, but only be tied. He said, that's right. I am permanently in the record books. And he's a fine young man, and outstanding. I even told him, I said, I like the way you run. You're a beautiful runner. I told him that, you know, in case the guy wouldn't talk to me.
He did. Said he knew he had the touchdown against Atlanta 2 feet after he made the catch. Jaworski back to throw again. Deep left side. Caught. Nice catch.
Fumble.
And then dropped by Spagnola. Now, is it a catch? No, it's incomplete.
Here we go again. Now, what's going to be ruled here is did Spagnola have the ball in control when both feet hit the ground? If he did not, hey, we got fumbled. Spags coming back. Oh, man, I'm glad that was close.
So that brings up a second down.
Well, at least we didn't have all the refs out there, you know, talking about it. So that was obviously they figured that it was incomplete.
Dave Little comes in as an extra tight end. Jaworski is 9 of 18 for 119 yards. It's 21-10, 6:36 to go, third quarter. Cowboys leading. Second down and 10, Philadelphia. Cowboys are coming with
All-out linebacker blitz.
And the pass quickly delivered by Jaworski because he had to is incomplete.
Now they've had a tendency now, the Cowboys that is, of running their blitzes on second down, and their blitzes have been an all-out linebacker blitz. As you're going to see up inside is going to be 56 Lockhart, outside Rohr, 58 Hegman. All three linebackers blitzing plus 4 down linemen is 7. Same thing if you send a safety and keep one linebacker out. So good, Aaron Stockner has turned things around, and he's shooting the linebackers and keeping the safeties out for coverage. And it's working.
Eagles are 4 of 7 on third down conversions.
Now Bates and them are faking. Look at Downs and Bates are up inside faking the safety blitz. They're coming.
Jaworski across the middle, almost intercepted by Wall. He stepped right in front of Mike Quick. It'll be 4th down.
We're going to look at this again, Vern. Up inside. You're going to see, look at the safety. Safety, I'm going to draw him over here because you can't see him. From the outside, 1, 2, 3, and then checking and falling out. And they're going to lay out. And watch this, up inside. Here they come, Downs, Clinkscale outside, then Walls breaks on the pass. That time they had 8 men rushing, and then 1 guy back covering. Good job by Walls.
Mike Horan is on the punt for the 3rd time. Bates waits at the 10. Good drive by the Eagles, however. That goes into the end zone. Will come back to the 20-yard line.
Major Everett did a good job of trying to spike that ball and knock it back.
So the Eagles move from their own 3 to the Cowboy 40, but the drive stalls. Dallas takes over after the punt. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Cowboys lead at 21-10, 6:21 to go, third quarter. Dallas held Philadelphia after a fine Eagle march, and now Dallas takes over at its own 20-yard line. Dorsett going left, Freelancing is coming back to the right. You might recall, well, our score is 21-10. Let's update you on the scores elsewhere around the National Football League. Final score, Washington over Pittsburgh 30-23. Jay Schrader in his first full game at quarterback, replacing Joe Theismann. And that's a tough thing to do. Green Bay has gone on top of the Rams. How about that? 17-14.
What's happening to the Rams?
Giants have increased their lead over St. Louis, and word we have is that Neil Lomax injured his passing arm, is doubtful to return. Denver leads the Raiders by 7. Second down. Dorsett to the 24-yard line. And Kansas City leading Indianapolis, trying to halt a 7-game losing streak, that game being played in Kansas City. Dorsett now with 50 yards on 20 carries, 1 touchdown. Just to clarify the rule interpretation at the beginning of the game, there was a fumble and a near simultaneous face mask penalty. And we've received word, the rule states that the ball goes to the team which had possession of the ball when the foul occurred. Therefore, because the Eagles had not gained possession, the Cowboys retained possession. That's the official rule interpretation. Here's White freelancing, first down at the 37-yard line. Looks like Bradshaw at his best.
No, I'm not that fast, or I wasn't. That's a good job, though. He got a lot of pressure from the outside. It forced Danny up inside. He was looking downfield the whole time, and there was no one open. Gets pressure from the outside. White and Brown force him out. Does a little maneuvering, then Dorsett gets out of his way, and then Danny turns on that great athletic speed he has and gets down there and picks up the first down. Good slide, too. You know, if you go head first, you can get up and run if they don't touch you. Maybe we'll do that later on and surprise everyone.
Not unless he's foolish. 13 of 16 for 137, and now he's getting yardage on the ground. 1st and 10 from the 35. Newsom will be caught for a loss back to the 32.
Ken Clark, excuse me, Vern, nose tackle Clark coming around, doing a fine job that time of slipping Rafferty's blocking's right on it.
See Gary Cobb reach down then, number 50, and try and bat the ball out. In the first game between these two teams, as you look at Ken Clark, Cobb was doing that on Dorsett throughout most of the game. He tackled Dorsett, reached down, and tripped the ball out and flick it away. Gary Cobb started his career with Dallas, and that is what began the antagonism in the first game. And he just tried to do it again on Newsom. So we'll see if Cobb tries to flick that ball out anymore this afternoon. James Jones in the lineup. White back to throw. Across the middle, incomplete. And a flag down on the far side of the field.
Well, Jones is going to say that 51 Wilkes had him and was keeping him from getting into the passing lane. The flag is down. You know, we haven't done a very good job today of getting these penalties, but I got to believe that Cobb was holding Jones.
I think you're right. Let's see. Well, guess what? Another meeting. There's a bulletin.
Another meeting.
Holding number 51.
Hey,
Reggie Wilkes.
Wilkes holding Jones. Did I say Cobb?
I was just going to let it slide if you hadn't brought it back up again.
Well, I knew it was Wilkes. I was hoping you'd come in and say Wilkes did it, not Cobb, but you didn't.
Didn't want to point that out. I was just going to let it slip.
Wait, you make mistakes. I made enough of them out there. Everybody, 50, 100 million people saw them.
You also made enough good plays to win 4 rings. I know that. 3:35 to go. Cowboys get a first down on the holding call on Reggie Wilkes.
It does upset me, though, that it make a mistake.
I can tell you're really going right down under the table. 1st and 10. White across the middle.
Wide open.
Throw. Looks like a sand crab as he goes for an additional 4 yards.
Well, the Cowboys are an amazing football team at that they do so much gadgetry and try to hit these little short passes, but then when they want to, they have the ability to throw these deep routes, and that's a 20-yard deep end against the zone. That's where everybody just drops off and covers an area. Refro got down there, slowed down, got in a big open spot, and Danny fired the football in there. I like those kind of routes, those 20 and 25-yard routes. They're fun to do, they're fun to watch, and boy, when you complete them, that's big yardage.
Mike Refro was raised in Fort Worth, graduated from TCU, where his team won just 1 game, played most of his career with the Oilers, was acquired for Butch Johnson summer before last. 1st down 10, reverse, faked, and White lobs it out, and boy, was that mixed up.
There's no one, there was no one out there to catch that, I don't know what that was, looked like a screen.
Tom's looking down to see what play he called.
Yeah, he's looking at his deal, but Jim Cooper, the right tackle, Jim ducked. He actually ducked so that the football wouldn't hit him in the head. It was actually a screen designed to get to Newsom, but Newsom was nowhere in sight. Tom's going, gee whiz, I can't believe that. I drew that up on the computer the other day, and it looked good.
Jim Schaffner's trying to explain it to him. Now Gary Hogaboom, who had nothing to do with the play.
Gary's in there.
Gary, did you signal in that play?
Yeah, Gary, get out of here.
2nd down and 10.
Danny said, don't send that play in here anymore.
14 of 18 now for 156. Blitz is threatened by the Eagles. They don't do it much, and they've been burned when they have. They may be changing their defensive alignment. They're coming with the linebackers. White reads it and throws it away. Intended for Mike Refro. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
You know, this game is a fun game for a quarterback because what you're doing is matching your mind with that defensive coordinator, and it's just a game of wits. Who can outguess one another? That time, Danny saw the blitz, and he saw the linebackers coming, knew he would have man coverage outside. He audibled. Now you're going to see the linebackers coming, Griggs and Reichenbach, and then he just throws it out of bounds.
3rd down and 10. 2:35 to go. 3rd quarter. We've had no scoring in this half. It's 21-10 Dallas. Flag is down.
White's
got a man open down the sideline and throws it out of bounds and incomplete for Tony Hill. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage. Roynell Young, number 43, was defending.
Illegal motion, number 66.
That is Chris Schultz, but are unable to move it inside the 40 and have to settle for a Saxon punt. Last time he put it out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Evan Cooper waits for it at the 10. Motion on the right side. And now the option rests with the Eagles. Their catch is taken by Cooper. That's a free play because Dallas will have a chance, or rather Philadelphia will have a chance to return it once again.
Illegal motion, right guard.
Let's kick it over. Big game for Philadelphia, Terry, because if they can win it, they really control their own destiny.
That's true, Vernon, and they know this, and they've said in Philadelphia in their releases this week, the players have said this is a big game for us, an emotional game. The intensity level is really, they felt like on their side, not so much as on the Cowboys side. They felt like they were in the driver's seat right now. The Cowboys are 21-10.
2:23 to go third quarter, and Saxon will kick it over. Cooper waits again at the pin.
Ooh,
Almost blocked.
Oh, we got
Flag
us
is
a
down.
penalty.
My, how quickly the fortunes can change. Saxon is still down. There's no drama here. No acting, that is. He has injured his right foot, but that will be a Cowboy first down, and there are 2 players injured. Saxon is up, but there is an Eagle still on the ground.
The Eagle, the man that is hurt by the Eagles is the man that tried to block the kick, number 20, Andre Waters, and he was the man that Saxon ends up kicking. Now you're going to see Saxon take the ball, try to kick it out of bounds on the right. Points up. That gives it a nice high flow. Now here comes Water, and he comes in and he hits Saxon right in the knee. Then, holy mackerel, where's the guy that's hurt? That's Ellis, 24.
That was Ray Ellis, but Waters was over to the right-hand side, and he went down.
And he
the foot.
Maybe had a blowout in a tube there.
There is Mike Saxon on the sideline. Well, the Cowboys get new life after the roughing the kicker call. They still lead at 21-10. Andre Waters is the injured player. He was hit by a Cowboy about 6 yards away from the punt, and it was Ray Ellis who actually hit Mike Saxon, and Saxon has had his foot taped over on the sideline. Ken Locker, the Cowboys assistant trainer, working on him, and Andre Waters helped to the bench.
Yeah, what happened was that normally the kicker, if he kicks a guy like that, you would think that Waters was the guy that wasn't hurt, but actually it was Ray Ellis, 24, the strong safety that he kicked.
Cowboys do get new life with 2:14 to go. Handoff goes to Timmy Newsome for a tough 1 yard over the right guard spot, and that's about it. Now let's go to New York for this NFL update with Brent Musburger.
Well, Vern, the Giants are keeping the pressure on the Dallas Cowboys. In St. Louis, it is Phil Simms going to his tight end right here, Mark Bavaro. And the Giants are dominating the Cardinals at this point in time. It's 20-3. Let's go back to Vern and Terry.
And if the Cowboys win this game and New York wins that, they will stay tied, and the Redskins will be a game out. 2nd down and 9. Report on Mike Saxon, the bruised right foot, but he will return. Timmy Newsome searching for an area in which to run and can't find anything. And fumbles after he hits the ground.
Ray Ellis, 24. You know, Ray Ellis is the strong safety who is, in most cases, would be the guy supporting runs to the tight end side. But when I talked to him yesterday, he said, Terry, I am a linebacker. That's what I am. That's what I was at Ohio State, and that's what I am here. Actually, I'm a defensive back, but I play as a linebacker.
The last player drafted in '81 was Phil Nelson, the tight end from Delaware by the Raiders. Ray Ellis also played as a wide receiver in high school at Canton McKinley High School in Ohio. The Canton Bulldogs said he wore number 82, and for all the world, you couldn't convince him he was not John Stallworth of the Steelers. That was his idol.
I'm sorry, he wasn't.
3rd down. Tipped away by Roynell Young, right in front of Drew Pearson and in front of Tony Hill.
Well,
Drew was over there coaching.
I don't blame Danny for picking on Roynell Young, because as you can see, folks, as he runs off, he has a cast on his right arm. He has a broken right arm. Now, he does a good job of coming across, and my gosh, what does he do? Good job of keeping the left arm back and slapping the football away with his good arm.
Well, here's a sense of deja vu. The punter for the Cowboys will be Danny White. Up until 2 years ago, he fulfilled a dual role.
I wonder if he's hyperventilating right now. He hasn't done this in a couple of years.
But he's a good one, and he does practice during the week. First one this season, though. They wanted to get him away from this because they didn't want him.
Beauty.
How about that for a kick? How about that for a kick? How about that for a kick? But they're going to say touchback. And Saxon leads the cheers.
Well, this was a high knuckle ball that when it hit, it got a perfect Cowboy bounce. Bounces straight up, and who's standing there but number 26 that time downs as he downs it on the 1-yard line, but he said he went into the end zone.
Timeout on the field. Punt, and his left foot was on the line as he batted the ball back into the field of play. As a result, it's a touchback, and the Eagles take over at the 20. Look at this total offense. 1 yard separating the two teams. Big play in the game by the Eagles, a 74-yard run for a touchdown. Herman Hunter, that made it 10-7 back in the first quarter. Jaworski fires it out, could have been intercepted. Jeff Rohrer was there and just didn't react quickly enough. He was closest to the play as Kenny Jackson trots back.
Well, what he tried to do that time was they'd been running Jackson early, and this time they come out and have Jackson come out and make an option route. Option meaning key the linebacker, go inside, go outside, or go up the field. Jackson went inside, Jaworski threw it outside.
Jaworski not having a stellar day, 9 of 21 and 2 interceptions. And again, playing with a bruised right shoulder. Danny White, of course, playing with a jammed neck. Both quarterbacks hurting. Blitz is coming from the linebackers. Jaworski goes deep left side, and they burn Ron Fellows on that left side.
Very interesting. You just got through saying Jaworski was not having a good game. And the thing, if there's a reason for it, he came in expecting the man coverage, which he does an outstanding job of throwing against. They've given him zone. Now they come up and give him man coverage, and I'd be doggone if he doesn't come back and hit a big pass out in the left to number 81, Jackson. Boy, he is wide open.
Ron Fellows was laying off, and Jeff Rohrer was the linebacker who had dropped back. And both of them began to get a verbal assault from defensive coach Ernie Stautner after the catch. Jaworski play fake. Fires it out. Incomplete at the 32-yard line, intended for Kenny Quick, and he and Ron Fellows doing battle.
Well, we hadn't mentioned Ed Jones's number yet, or even his name, number 72, but the play action on first down, trying to catch the Cowboys, sitting there in that flex, which is a reading defense, which means they don't rush the passer, just sit there and read the guards and tackles as you look at Jones. But that time, the Cowboys once again fooled them and rushed the passer on first down and mixed them up, put a lot of pressure on Jaworski and forced him to make a bad pass.
Report from the bench on Andre Waters is that he has leg cramps on that punt. A couple of plays, a couple of series ago, but will probably return as Andre Waters. Second down and 10. 21-10, Dallas leads. And Jaworski back to throw with the linebackers coming. Double coverage. Clinkscale is back with Everson Walls as they do double duty on Mike Quick. Interesting thing on these Cowboy defensive backs, they're a talkative bunch. And there was a lot of controversy before the Monday night loss to St. Louis about Thurman's thieves if they have been labeled by Danny White. They came out and posed for a local television anchorman in hats and sunglasses about an hour and a half before the game. And got a lot of criticism. Yeah.
Well, I tell you.
But look at this. They backed up the words with a lot of action and update Everson Walls to 8 interceptions.
I never like talking. I like keeping my mouth shut and just playing. There's enough pressure on you without out there promoting yourself.
From the shotgun. 5-man rush. Jaworski left side.
Oh, beautiful
acrobatic catch over there by Greg Garrity.
I had this guy in Pittsburgh, and we loved him. And I've said this. I don't even know if you know this, but I only didn't throw many touchdown passes. But against the Jets my last year, I threw a touchdown pass to this guy that tore the ligament in my right arm and finished my career off, but he caught it.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score 21.
To invite you to see the new Accord hatchbacks and 4-door sedans at your local Honda dealer.
First down 10, Philadelphia from the Cowboy 38-yard line as we open the quarter. Ernest Jackson coming left and tackled by Jeff Rohrer, and then a flag comes from well downfield. May call tripping. Side judge is the man who made the call. Nope, holding. And that'll go against Philadelphia and cost him 10 yards.
Holding, number 66, first down.
7th penalty of the game against the Eagles. And Ken Reeves, who was really one of the keys to the offensive turnaround for Philadelphia. They started the #1 draft choice Kevin Allen at left tackle for the first 4 games of the year, and he quite frankly had an awful time. And they brought in Reeves, who's a 6th-round draft choice out of A&M, and he has solidified that left tackle spot. And he's more than held his own against Jeff Jeffco today. Now it's first down 20. 21-10, Dallas leads it. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw here at Texas Stadium. Blitz is coming by the linebackers. Pass will be intercepted. Dexter Clinkscale. Third interception today. And Ken Quick drags him down, or Kenny Jackson rather, as Crazy Ray celebrates on the sideline.
Well, Jaworski is going to be credited with his third interception, but actually what happens is he finds his receiver open. He's going to throw the ball, and then his receiver, the tight end Spagnola, trips on the turf and falls down, makes it for an easy reception for Clinkscale, number 47. Boy, that's terrible. That just kills you. I mean, those suckers are hard. They come all the time, but when you just get one with a turf tackling the receiver.
That is the third for Clinkscale this year. The Cowboys take over at the 34. Newsom going left. Weaves his way upfield across the 40 to the 42. Now for another National Football League update. Let's go back to Brent Musburger in New York.
Well, Vern, the Los Angeles Rams have broken up what was a tight game against the Packers, and Ron Brown with his third long touchdown of the day. 2 on kickoff returns. That pass from Dieter Brock, 28-17 Rams. Let's go back to Vern and Terry.
Los Angeles going for its 9th win of the year. The Cowboys are going for their 8th, and they lead 21-10 here with a 2nd down and 2. High formation, Dorsett the deep back. Newsom has carried the ball as much today as he has in any game this year, and this time Ken Clark says, not here.
Ken Clark actually knocked the football loose, and it was fumble, but the Cowboys were fortunate enough to recover it. There's Ken Clark, 71, the nose tackle.
Saw the Los Angeles lead. The Giants have now increased their lead over St. Louis 27-3 in the 4th quarter as the Cardinals continue to slide south. Mark Wilson scored on a run after having thrown to Trey Junkin for the previous touchdown, and the Raiders lead Denver by 7 in the 3rd quarter. We have a 3rd down and 2, and the Cowboys lead it here 21-10. From the shotgun, Danny White, who is so far 14-21, has missed his last 3 passes. 4-man rush, White left side. Caught from behind. That's enough for the first down. There's a fumble on the play, but the Cowboys recover. Now they say incomplete pass. Juggling the ball. Herman Edwards says nice call, ref. And that will bring up a 4th down. Tom Landry's not agreeing with the call. And Mike Saxon is on to punt.
Well, the back judge is going to come in and overrule this completion, or what we thought was a completion. There's a ball outside. A good catch that time by Tony. Well, no. Hey, back judge made a good call, Vern, incomplete.
So Saxon, having missed 1 punt with a bruised foot, is back on the kick. Evan Cooper is back at the 15-yard line. 21-10, no scoring in this half. Saxon goes left side. And that is not a particularly effective kick. It'll go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 33-yard punt with a hang time of only 3.9. It's 21-10. If you are a Cowboy fan, that's a rather awesome graphic. Dallas is 50-3 in games in which they've led after the 3rd quarter since 1980. If you are an Eagle fan, take heart. The last time the Cowboys lost a lead in the 4th quarter was in Philadelphia, October 20th. The Eagles were the last team to come from behind and defeat Dallas in the 4th quarter. It's 21-10 right now, and we've got 13:03 to go in the game. Ron Jaworski is 11 of 26. Split-backs on 1st down 10. Not much pressure this time, and Jaworski goes deep for a wide-open Mike Quick, but the pass is short, and Quick can't get there.
One of the things when I played, and I can get into Ron's mind a little bit, the thing that the Cowboys have done so successfully over the years as a quarterback is the fact that you never can figure out when they're going to give you a zone, when they're going to give you a man, and when they're going to blitz you, and it drives you absolutely batty. And that time, Ron expected one thing. He's got this time now. He forces a pass out there, and the guy's wide open, but it's a mind game that they're playing the defense with him.
3 interceptions, one of the key figures today at 2nd down and 10. 21-10 Dallas. Play fake. Jaworski right side. As his tight end, Spagnola open for the catch. John works on Wall Street as a broker in the offseason, graduate of Yale. Took a year off to serve as Senator Bill Bradley's driver during a re-election campaign in New Jersey. He's very interested in politics.
Wonder if he got paid pretty good for that.
Probably not. Not as much as he's getting right now. He's a bright, interesting young man. 2 catches today for 17, and that's not what they wanted out of the tight end today.
I wanted to go to Yale.
It was either Louisiana Tech or Yale, huh?
I'm talking about from a doctor.
Ah. 3rd down, 4. Jaworski across the middle, caught, but short of the 1st down after a terrific hit from Bill Bates. And Dennis Thurman was also there to collaborate on the tackle. That'll bring forth a roar from this sellout crowd.
Well, you're going to see Herman Hunter, 36, trying to pick up the 1st down. Jaworski has time, finds Hunter. There's the shot. Boy, over the top comes, well, actually, that's Thurman. Thurman comes over and just lowers the boom.
Mike Haran to punt for the 4th time.
You know, if you need 4 yards, don't run a 4-yard route, right? Get beyond that stuff.
Seems pretty logical. Fair catch called by Bates at the 20. It's been a chess game here in the 2nd half. We have a doubleheader for you today and again next Sunday on CBS. Many of you will see Minnesota at Philadelphia as the Eagles keep their playoff hopes alive. The Rams are at New Orleans, or Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. And then the 2nd half, what a critical game this will be for both these teams. The 49ers travel across country to take on the Redskins, who won today. That's next Sunday on CBS. 1st down, 10 Cowboys. See if they motion on 1st down. Nope, no motion. Danny White goes left side. It's been primarily the pass for the Cowboys in moving the football today, and they pick up 5 on 1st down. Ray Ellis, number 24, made the tackle. Timmy Newsome with the catch. Ellis, as we said, was a wide receiver back in high school, and only Ellis, Greg Brown, and Leonard Mitchell remain on the Eagle roster from that '81 draft. He was the last man drafted, Mitchell the 1st, and Greg Brown was a free agent. 2nd down and 5. Danny White having a spectacular day from a percentage point of view. Not a lot of long passes so far. 2nd and 5. Quick drop and a fake. Now he goes deep and a flag is down. It's picked off, but there is a flag down. This is Wes Hopkins with his 2nd of the game, and he's still running. And finally tackled by Howard Richards, who has replaced Chris Schultz at left tackle.
That was that old pump to the outside, set the corner, bring them up, and then have the receiver go downfield for the touchdown.
Holding number 46.
That wipes out Wes Hopkins' 2nd pass interception of the day, and it's called on Herman Edwards.
Edwards evidently jumped over on the pump fake and went through the receiver and held him up and allowed Hopkins to come over from his safety spot and pick off that pass, that little pump shot that Danny did that time to freeze the corner. Well, it was intercepted, but it worked for him.
Hopkins is down in front of the Cowboy bench. What a marvelous year he is having.
We're going to look at this. There's the shot. All right, there's the interception by Hopkins. Now, you can't really tell whether or not Herman Edwards did anything to heal that time to hold him. I can't tell anything from that, but as it turns out, Hopkins makes the interception. They say no way, holding defense.
Wes Hopkins was a walk-on at SMU. His hometown is Birmingham, Alabama. Became an instant success here and was an All-American his senior year. Back home, he lives in Dallas in the offseason. 6 interceptions this year. And there's not even an underground campaign to get him in the Pro Bowl. I think everybody recognizes that he has now become one of the best free safeties in the National Football League.
Well, you're going to see after he makes the interception, as he's running with the football, the injury. He's down now. He's cutting back to the outside. Now he appears to be okay here. Now Titensor misses him. Now Danny White's there. And that's probably what scared him there. You can see the right ankle. He spun on the right ankle, and Cooper made the tackle. He spun on the right ankle, and Cooper was hanging on him, put all that pressure on it.
Howard Richards instead of Cooper, who made the tackle, but Hopkins is down.
Cooper probably taped this. He appreciated me putting him in there on the tackle. Well, he's walking off, so he looks okay.
This weekend, CBS Sports will present two exciting college football matchups. Friday at 2:30 Eastern, Virginia takes on Maryland in a clash of ACC rivals. Steve Davis and I are going to hook up on that one. And then on Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, Notre Dame tangles with fourth-ranked Miami and their outstanding quarterback Vinny Testaverde. College football Friday and Saturday on the holidays here on CBS Sports. Hopkins walking off without assistance. And the Cowboys get yet one more break on a penalty by the Eagles, who've been penalized 8 times today. And most have been costly for them. Wes Hopkins heading to the Philadelphia bench. Bernard Wilson, number 22, has taken his spot. First down, 10 Dallas. Eagles have only won twice here since the stadium opened in 1971. Pitch out. Dorsett with Titans are leading the way. Titans gets the block on Ray Ellis, and Dorsett is bumped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Herman Edwards, number 46, made the tackle.
Kind of interesting this time. Earlier when Hopkins was in the football game, Vern, we saw Refro cracking back and missing the strong safety Ellis and going for Hopkins. Well, now that Wilson's in there, that time Refro came down. Instead of cracking on the free safety, he went ahead that time and blocked Ray Ellis, the strong safety. So there you see the respect that they had for Hopkins.
As a testimony to his durability, Tony Dorsett needs only one more yard for another 1,000-yard season, which would be his 8th and 9 years with Dallas. And he's got it on that carry. Dorsett is over 1,000 yards once again. That's really something. 10,000 plus yards now. They said he might be too small to last in this league. But listen to the ovation for Tony Dorsett, the Cowboys number 33. Third down and 1, 9:50 to go in the ball game. 21-10 Dallas. Dorsett with Newsom leading the way. Had to move the chain as the Cowboys move it out to the 43-yard line, and Bernard Wilson makes the tackle. Reggie Wilkes was there, number 51.
Well, I'll tell you, he's rushed the football 23 times for 65 yards. And I'll tell you, they have been hard, tough yards. You know, the last time he got 100 yards, he had that one big gainer. But this time, boy, every yard he's had 2 or 3 guys just popping him right there at the line of scrimmage.
Cowboys have moved it in the air much more so than on the ground today, and that is not what was expected.
But they haven't been overwhelming in the air. We're talking very minimal yardage.
Giants blowing out St. Louis. Dorsett freelancing and getting a couple. Of course, the Cowboys and the Giants entered today tied for the top, and the Giants apparently will go 8-4. The Cowboys struggling to join them at 8-4. Washington won today, so they will stay one game back. Philadelphia is still not out of it. And there are the Eastern Division standings. Giants and Philadelphia both with 4-2 records. The Cowboys 3-2. Washington not quite as well. Second down. White fires it out. Nice catch at the 40, and a flag is down as Refro, who's been a quiet factor the last month or so, is having a big day today.
Well, that was a good job that time. White threw the football right where he had to throw it. And that time, Refro coming underneath Herman Edwards made a fine catch.
Illegal contact, number 46, declined, push down.
That is a first down at the 41-yard line, and Herman Edwards.
You're going to see Edwards on the top left of your screen. Well, actually, he's on the top right, folks, as Refro drives him deep. Now, Edwards is reading his set, seeing when he's going to plant. Now he sees him set. There's the hand on him. Now Refro coming back to White, which is what a receiver's to do. And, boy, that was a good catch that time. Doggone near dropped that ball and pulled his right hand over to save it.
Refro has caught 4 for 53 yards now. 21-10. That's where we start the half. Blitz is threatened. Whoa! If the play stands, will be dropped for a 5-yard loss. Let's see if the linebackers did jump or the Cowboys drew them off. And from the reaction of Reggie White and Reichenbach, I think it might be an initial call against Philadelphia. Jerry Bergman, Marion Campbell looks on, the Swamp Fox.
The Swamp Fox.
What a great
I've
name.
heard you call him that all day long.
Illegal motion, right guard.
All right, let's see if Peterson does indeed move before the snap of the ball. The linebackers are, there's your threat. All right, there it is. Now, actually, you could see that Grigg was off sides, but his left foot intimidated Peterson, so Peterson moved before the snap of the football, which means that it is a penalty against the Cowboys.
So Dorsett loses 4 yards.
What do you want, Clooney?
All of a sudden, I'm reminded of the story of Dave Hampton of Atlanta, trying to get 1,000 yards in the last game. He got over 1,000. He had 1,002. They let him carry one more time. He lost 7 and wound up with 995 for the season. There's Newsome, 3 down the sideline. First down at the 20.
It's one of those simple plays where the quarterback comes out and hits Newsome out in the flat. The strong safety this time, Ray Ellis, will come up. There's the play action to Dorsett, freezes the linebackers. Now Danny comes out, there's Newsome. Now look, 5-yard pass. Now here comes Ray Ellis, 24, their strong safety. He misses the tackle. Newsome breaks that tackle, gets the first down, and then finally gets on down. Bernard Wilson, 22, finally has to make the stop.
Had a feature article in the Dallas newspaper earlier this week on Timmy Newsome. He said, no, I'm not happy with the kind of year I'm having. He's got to be pleased today with 5 catches now for 65 yards and 11 carries for 45. First down at the 22. Dorsett breaks the first, can't break the second, and moves it to the 20-yard line.
You have to be impressed with the linebacking group the Eagles have. That time there's Clark and White and Brown. The linemen penetrated, then the linebackers fill and go to the football as well as any group I've seen. And I mean this, I used to get sick and tired of guys that said, boy, these guys, everybody gets to the football, but they really do gather at the football well. There's Ray Ellis, 24.
Second down, rather, at the 20-yard line. 21-10. Marion Campbell perched up on his toes as he watches. His team has won 5 of 6. The Cowboys have lost 3 of their last 5. Dorsett going run. Nice little juke move to the left side. He's down to the 15. It'll be 3rd and about 3. Gary Cobb, number 50, made the tackle. .71 yards on 27 carries. Denver has come back and tied the Raiders up 28-all in the 4th quarter. And the Rams now lead 31-17 over Green Bay in the 4th. And we gave you that St. Louis, New York score. The Giants well on their way to a win. 6:33 to go in this ball game. The Cowboys trying to up their record to 8-4. Blitz is on. Newsome going left. Dorsett tries to lay a block. So does Cosbie. And it looks like Newsome got a first down at the 9.
You know, if there is a key to the offense of the Cowboys that they're running today that is compared to the one that they run against the Eagles the last time, it's the patience that Danny White has shown in executing their offense. As we saw Hogaboom play well, then go deep, and Hopkins intercepts, especially in scoring territory. But today, number 11 has shown the patience to direct the offense and take what the Eagles will give him. He hasn't forced things, although he has 2 interceptions. One was called back, but he has directed the offense and been very, very patient with it.
That plays right into his strong suit, too, doesn't it?
Yes, he's not a quarterback that is going to do anything that he knows he can't do. He stays within himself, which is the key to his success.
Pulls up, fires deep, caught, touchdown. There is a flag, but if it stands, it's Cosby's 3rd of the day.
Great effort this time by White to avoid being sacked and then firing the football to Cosbie, who made an unbelievable effort.
Pass interference, number 84.
And there's why he made the great catch. He pushed and got open. But I'm going to tell you, I don't care if he pushed, kicked, or what. That's a great catch. An even better job by White of avoiding the sack and getting the ball to Cosbie.
Number 84, first down.
Jim Schaffner told us yesterday that they wanted to get Doug Cosbie involved in the offense today. They felt like they hadn't been getting the ball to him. They have so far.
Now we're going to see Gary Cobb, 50, run right by Danny, and he steps up and fires to Cosbie. Now I don't know where he made the where he pushed off and got open, but he did get open.
That sets up a 1st and goal from the 19-yard line. 21-10 with 6:19 to go in the game. Short step. Mike Refro. That one will stand. Touchdown toss. White to Refro. The Cowboys, who had scored only 7 touchdowns in their last 5 games, have scored 4 today. The Eagles came in number 3 in the NFL in yielding points.
Now, I like the idea of you throw one, it's called back, get back there and throw another one. That time, this simple slant pattern, Ronell Young, number 43, trailing all the way on Refro. White gets it in there for the 6.
5 catches, 73 yards from Mike Refro. Okaboom will hold for Septien's kick. Missed it. So it stays 27-10. Dallas leads. They went 80 yards in 12 plays. It took 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Danny White found Mel Refro for the touchdown toss. It was White's 3rd touchdown pass today. Rafael Septien, who missed the extra point, will kick off. Left side. Bounces. Picked up by Elbert Fowles. And he runs into Everson Walls and is down near the 23-yard line. Watch Mike Refro lined up on the right side.
Well,
Terry.
the real key to this is the release of Cosbie's. He comes down inside. He frees the weak safety. Now the strong safety is going to drop outside. Renfro is going to come down, set the corner, then break inside, and there's no one in the middle, and that's because of the tight end, Cosbie. See the weak safety, Bernard Wilson, staying on the tight end, and look outside. No one outside on 82, Refro, as he gets inside and does a good job of catching that touchdown pass.
Ron Jaworski will go from a shotgun on 1st down 10 with 6:06 to go. The Eagles back home against Minnesota next week. They play them twice in the final 5 games. That pass incomplete. Intended for John Spagnola. Philadelphia's last 5 possessions, 3 punts and 2 interceptions. The Cowboys had picked off 18 passes defensively in the first 6 games, but only 8 in the last 5. So they have recovered this afternoon with 3 Jaworski interceptions.
Well, one thing I always experienced as a player, when you beat a divisional team one time, when you play them the next time, you better get ready, because it's going to be a dogfight. Today, the Cowboys are taking it to the Eagles.
Tough to sweep, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
Philadelphia last swept Dallas, that is, won both games in the season in 1964. Spagnola with that catch, and that might be enough for the 1st down, depending on the spot, which is at the 33-yard line. Vince Albritton sent it to cornerback and made the tackle. This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited. Jaworski and the Eagles have a 1st down. They trail 27-10 with under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. That pass, great catch by Mike Quick, and he's dragged down by his shirt tail by Bill Bates. Quick takes a 16-yard gain.
Well, that was just a great catch. That time he was open, and Jaworski had the football behind him, but Quick, with those great hands, reaches in behind him and snags the football with one hand and brings it around and takes it away from Thurman, number 32.
Eagles will go without a huddle with 5:25 remaining in the ball game. Catch is made in front of the defensive back Vince Albritton by John Spagnola. Report from the Eagle bench, now the official word. Wes Hopkins, the outstanding free safety, has a sprained left tendon and probably will not return today.
Spagnola is one of those tight ends you often dream about having, because not only does he have the ability to block, but he has the ability to escape the linebackers at the line of scrimmage and get loose and run good man-to-man routes and get open. And Jaworski and Spagnola have been a good team of finding the open area and connecting on crucial passes.
Timeout has been called. Coming up, the NFL Today on Thursday. Home for Thanksgiving as Irv Cross, Brett Musburger, and Jimmy the Greek all return to their hometowns on the eve of Thanksgiving. And you'll see those features as a part of Home for Thanksgiving at 3:30 Eastern Time. That, of course, will kick off our coverage of the NFL on Thanksgiving Day. And the Cowboys, as is traditional, will be at home against the St. Louis Cardinals here on Thursday afternoon. Then Dallas will have 10 days before they get ready for a trip to Cincinnati. The Cardinals and Cowboys, and it begins at 3:30 Eastern Time. Dallas in its remaining schedule has St. Louis coming up on Thursday, then 10 days off. They travel to Cincinnati for the first time ever. The Cowboys have never played there. And then they are back home against the Giants, and they wind up the season on the road at San Francisco.
Well, the interesting thing that'll be for the followers of the Cowboys will be to see how they play up there, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be cold. And more than likely, if it's cold, it might be raining a little bit and be about 25 degrees. And if it's not raining, I can doggone sure promise you that it's going to be snowing. And if it isn't snowing, it'll be sleeting. So
what was the toughest stadium for you as a visiting team to play in for Pittsburgh?
Well, the hardest team for me to play in as a player was right here.
Really?
Yep. This was the hardest as a player in this football team. The hardest as a fan support would have been Oakland when they were in Oakland, because those fans there, you went in with, you had to wear those bulletproof jackets. That was a tough place to play, but Cowboys are always very, very hard to beat right here.
Second down and 3. Eagles trail 27-10. Jaworski bombs away, and the catch is made. Greg Garrity.
Garrity having a fantastic day as a guy that's seldom used, only when they go with 3 wide receivers. But even more remarkable is all Britain safety blitzes on Jaworski. And there he comes, 36, and then Ron just stands in there and just unloads it, knowing he's going to get bombed. Now look at Garrity, both feet inbounds. Boy, that's a great catch.
That is a terrific catch, and the Eagles have a first down at the 11-yard line.
Now we've got 5:12 left, and the Cowboys may be thinking, hey, baby, we got this wrapped up. But I'm going to tell you, these Eagles aren't thinking that way. They score here. We get a 27-17 onside kick. Here we go again.
Jaworski now has 17 of 34 for 235 yards. First down at the 11.
Safety blitz.
Jaworski rolls out, pulls up, fires deep. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mike Quick. And the Eagles still have life. They are still flying.
The Cowboys blitz, the thing that we had said earlier in the broadcast, they had burned them in the earlier game when they blitzed them. The Eagles burned them and beat them on the blitz. This time the Cowboys try it again, coming from the right. All-out blitz, downs from the left. Now outside goes Ron. He picks up Quick, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown.
Paul McFadden will author the extra point. He kicks it true, and the lead has been shaved to 10. Coming up next Sunday on CBS, another CBS doubleheader, and we'll kick it off with the Eagles that take on the Redskins, who are very, very much involved in this race, having won the last 2 weeks. They won Monday night against the Giants as Jay Schrader came on to lead them, and they defeated Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh today. That is the second half of our CBS doubleheader a week from today. Marion Campbell's team still has life as they trail by 10 with 5:06 to go in the ballgame. A 77-yard drive in 6 plays, and the big one was the catch by Greg Garrity.
Well, he's one of those little guys, and we had him in Pittsburgh, and they liked him so much because the guy could catch everything, and he had such a great attitude, great work habits, so they kept him around, and he played well for us.
McFadden getting ready to try the onside kick. Comes to the near side. Cosbie bobbles the ball. There's a battle for it. Who got it? At the 45-yard line, it hit Cosbie first. And now it looks like a rugby scrum. We'll see who comes out of there. It won't be James Jones. Lot to do, but wait till they unstack the bodies. See Bates and Griggs with differing opinions. Still no official indication. Cowboys get it as Dutton, Landry, and White look on.
I'll tell you, that was a great kick. That's one of those, you kick it high, it hits the ground, bounces up, then hits the ground, then bounces up again, and anyone can get this football. Actually, the Eagles had control of this football or had their hands on it twice. Now, here's the kick. Look, one bounce now. Boom! Now it hits Cosbie over his head. Now it's just sitting there free for anyone to grab. Now all of a sudden, here comes someone, whoever. Eagle, he misses it. Another Eagle misses. Another Eagle misses it. And then finally, the Cowboys recover it. But that was an excellent onside kick.
It was Victor Scott, number 22, who survived the battle down at the bottom. That's about the 14th piece of gum Coach Landry has put in his mouth in this ball game.
He has chewed a lot of gum.
Yes, indeed. First down and 10, Dallas, with 4:56 to go in the ball game. Timmy Newsome with the carry and Mike Reichenbach. Don't forget that following the conclusion of our game, 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety, except on the West Coast when it will be seen in its regular time slot. Giants, of course, pounding St. Louis. The Cowboys hoping to win to keep abreast of them as this division race goes down in the final end now. By the way, George Martin had a 56-yard touchdown return with an intercepted pass, the final Giant score. 4:19 remaining in the game. Danny White with a play fake, lobs it out to Newsome. That's a first down. My goodness, they have utilized Timmy Newsome a lot in this ball game.
Well, what they've done is, everyone knows that Dorsett is the key to the running attack, so what they have done is play action, send Newsome out in the flat, come outside with White, take it out of Dorsett's belly, and then if the linebackers are deep, then they just dink it out there to Newsome for a 2-yard completion, and then he turns it up and makes 8, 9, 10, 11 yards. There's a little cross buck action. Now you can see Danny's outside. There's no one on Newsome. He's wide open out in the flat. As you can see, Cobb 50 chases him, but hey, first down.
That is Wes Hopkins being taken to the Eagle dressing room with a strained tendon in his left ankle. First down and 10. Here's Dorsett. Renfro tries to supply a block, but didn't get much of one. And Roynell Young is up to help on the tackle along with Reggie Wilkes and Mike Reichenbach. 4 minutes to go, and Dorsett easing toward a 100-yard game, which he has not had since the last time these two teams played.
Well, I'll tell you, if he gets 100 yards, he's earned it the quiet way, because he's got 28 carries for 74 yards right now, and 100 yards would probably ease a little bit of the pain that he's going to average less than 4 yards a carry.
Second down, 27-17, Dallas leads it. Second down and 7. Dorsett, about 2. Mentioned the fact that Philadelphia is back home against Minnesota. It will be a special day at Veterans Stadium because it'll be the 25th reunion of the 1960 championship team. Marion Campbell, who played defensive end on that team, will obviously be there, but a colleague of ours, Tommy Brookshire, is going to be back home in Philadelphia. Chuck Bednarik. A lot of those players. There was some concern that Sonny Jurgensen might not be able to make it back because he's broadcasting the Redskins on radio. And I'll bet you with the 49ers coming to town, Sonny's going to send his regrets. Third down and 5, but that reunion takes place for the Eagles next Sunday at the Vet. 2:48 remaining in the game. White, left side, man open. Mike Renfro. Tony Hill, beg your pardon. And that gives Dallas a first and goal at the 10.
The key to this pass is, I don't know if White's audible, but look at the right corner, Herman, as he is sitting. Herman Edwards, and look how far off he is. Now all Hill has to do is go down there 5 or 6 yards, make a little breakout, catch the ball, break the tackle, and get another couple of yards. They give a lot of respect for this guy, and they should. Almost 1,000 yards receiving already.
Tony Hill, 5 for 49. He's closing in on 1,000. Which will be the third time he has accomplished that. Dorsett going left. Gets a block from Howard Richards and a touchdown. What a terrific block by number 70. Allowed Dorsett to ease in untouched.
You're going to look again. just a simple handoff, and look at Richards on the outside, staying with his man Brown, pushing him outside. Boy, a big hole opens up, and Dorsett just slashes back inside.
Raphael Septien missed his last extra point. That was his first miss since October 28th of '84 against Indianapolis. He'll try and start a new string now. Kick is good, and we have the 2-minute warning. The Dallas Cowboys have now put together the highest. The Dallas Cowboys 5 touchdowns today. They had only 7 in their previous 5 games. The last drive, 44 yards in 6 plays. Dorsett got his second touchdown of the day, and he now has 86 yards and 30 carries. Septien will kick it off, and the Eagles have 3 men back: Fowles, Hunter, and Evan Cooper. Herman Hunter at the 5. Herman Hunter with a lot of room. All the way out to the 48. This is the 11th round draft choice who returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in preseason and helped make the team. That's good for a 42-yard gain.
Here comes Hunter straight up the field. Notice how they go up the middle. If there's something there, they take it. That time the hole opens up. He turns outside. Now it's just a foot race. Only one really, had he gotten by the man that tackled him, number 29, that would have been the kicker that time, Septien.
Tony Dorsett has run 30 times today, and that is a personal high. Ties his personal high for number of carries with the Cowboys. From the shotgun, Jaworski back to throw. Left side almost picked off. Ron Fellows, number 27, intended for Kenny Jackson. Jaworski 18 of 36 now, hitting 50%. The Rams win it. They go 9-3 for the year. And Kansas City, at long last, breaks the 7-game losing streak. They knock off Indianapolis 20-7. Don't forget that 60 Minutes will follow, except on the West Coast. And of course, also tonight, Murder, She Wrote, and then Richard Crenna in a special feature, the first of 2 parts called Double Take. And that's coming up tonight on CBS. 2nd down and 10. Philadelphia trailing now by 17. That pass will be caught at the 45-yard line. Bill Bates makes the tackle of Mike Quick. Tony Dorsett maybe having his best year. And Doug Cosbie's had a big day today as well. You know, Walter Payton's got just the most enviable record I've ever heard of for a running back, missing only 1 game in 75 since he came into the league. But this guy's only missed 3 in his career. And now timeout has been called with 1:38 to go. The executive producer of the NFL on CBS is Terry O'Neill. Today's game produced by Charles H. Milton III, who graduated from Hillcrest High School here in Dallas. Directed by Andy Kindle. Our associate producer, Mark Wolf. Field technical manager, Artie Tin. Our broadcast associates, Steve Shear and Bill Herbstman. Our TD, Charlie D'Onofrio and Chick Giolino on audio. This is the final time that Terry and I will be working with Chuck Milton and Andy Kindle and Mark Wolf and Steve Shear, and we want to thank them for all the help they've given us this year. Been kind of fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've never been fired with 3, 4, 5 games left. But
well, we are going to split up production crews, and we wish them well, particularly in those Thanksgiving games. The last time they lost one at home was '79 to the Houston Oilers. From the shotgun on 3rd and 2. Jaworski left side. That'll move the chain as Spagnola makes the catch at the 38. Jaworski now 20 of 38, 125 to go in the ball game. Also want to thank the crew here in the booth. Dave Yaggy, our statistician, Gary Bradshaw, Joe Cash, and Nancy Lundquist for spotting. Across the middle, Spagnola makes the catch at the 32. I think with names like Bradshaw and Lundquist, nepotism might have something to do with who works up here. And it does. It helps to know the announcers. Final minute of the game. Jones jumps offside. Ed started out with a great season. He's kind of quieted a little bit here in midseason. Fred Wyant coming over.
False start, number 74.
Leonard Mitchell. Well, we were asking the question, how would they respond to the whipping they got by the Bears, 44-0. We didn't know how they would do. We didn't know they would blitz. They've done a little bit of everything, but the thing they've done well is that they've scored some points today against the Eagles.
They have found an offense today that had been missing for the last 5 weeks. Here's Mike Quick down at the 26. And really, the yardage from a Dallas perspective, the total number of yards is not that important for them. It's getting into the end zone, which they haven't done.
Yeah, but against the Philadelphia defense, the fact is you're not going to get a lot of yardage. This is a great defensive unit, a solid defensive unit that forces you to take the short stuff. And the key today was the fact that White stayed in there and took the short stuff. And then he got it, and he got it when they came up and gave him zones. Then he got the 20-25 yarders over the middle to Refro. And that was the key. He stayed patient and within the offense as compared to the last time when they played. When they got greedy, went deep, and Hopkins made the big interceptions.
Ron Jaworski playing the entirety of the game despite the bruised shoulder. Comes over to the bench. That is the final Eagle timeout. It comes with 34 seconds to go. So the Cowboys will go 8-4 for the year. And Philadelphia history might make those comparisons. 2nd down and 1. Jaworski pumps once, goes left side. Incomplete, intended for Garrity.
Actually, Ron was looking to the right side, and Garrity had gone down on Fellows, 27, made a quick inside move, and had Ron stayed with him just a second and fired the football, Garrity beat Fellows and was wide open in the end zone. He came to him a little bit too late.
Eagles back home against Minnesota next week. 25th year reunion of the 1960 championship team. Jaworski is sacked. That hasn't happened that much today. Ed Too-Tall Jones. That is the first sack, as a matter of fact, of Ron Jaworski this afternoon. And it goes to the man they call Too-Tall.
Well, you know, when you know that a football team has to throw the football, all you do is pin your ears back and rush. And it's very difficult for the offensive lineman to continuously hold these guys out. That time, Leonard Mitchell, 74, came around. That time, Too-Tall came around him and got the sack.
They beat Atlanta, and then they beat St. Louis last week. But they apparently will fall today with 14 seconds to go. 4th and 9. Into the end zone for Spagnola, tipped away by Vince Albritton, number 36. And the Cowboys take over on downs. And will snap the ball once, and this one will go in the record books. Philip defeats. Breezy 12th weekend of the 1985 season. That will be the final play of this game. The Cowboys now get 4 days off. Marion Campbell waves to Tom Landry. Dallas responds to the 44-0 humiliation at the hands of Chicago last week. Danny White plays superbly, taking everything he has given today, throwing 3 touchdown passes and getting 2 on the ground from Tony Dorsett as the Cowboys come from behind and win it by 17. For Terry Bradshaw, this is Vern Lundquist saying so long from Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, where the final score was Dallas 34, Philadelphia 17. Now stay tuned to CBS Sports for the NFL Today wrap-up show with Brent Musburger. You've been watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.